Welcome back to Sportsman of North America. I'm Heath Painter, and I'm out in New Mexico chasing screaming bull elk with a muzzleloader. Folks, we're almost there. We're meeting up with Gadget, David Huff from USO, and I tell you what, folks, it's going to be exciting. We're hunting on the Floyd Lee Ranch. I've got my muzzleloader with me, my Thompson Center. I've named Christine. I tell you what, Christine's wanting to bite a little bit. I'm gonna cut her loose on one of these big elk up here on the ranch. I tell you what, you talk about some excitement. We're gonna have some excitement. Elk bugling everywhere. Out here in New Mexico. Welcome to Sportsman of North America. We'll take you there. Hey, we in New Mexico now, man. Right there's the evidence we need. Elk in the back of a pickup truck. That's what I'm talking about.
Floyd Lee, we have a lot of good elk here. You have to, pass up on a lot of smaller ones because there's a lot of elk on the ranch. But you really have a good opportunity if you can hold out to get a good bull. Somewhere in the 300-inch class elk is definitely possible on this ranch. So 280s, the low 300s, and occasionally get something a little larger. But it's just the opportunity, the experience to see the numbers of elk that you see. You don't see elk numbers many places like we have here.
Heath, you want to step over here? I'll show you where we're going to go this morning.
Yeah, man.
We're located down here at summer camp, and where we've been traveling down here to Laguna Redondo and hunting in this bottom section because of the problem with the lack of oaks and the lack of elk in here. We're going to change tactics, come up and climb up on this ridge over here. We can sit on the rocks and we can look at all this country where we've been hunting plus all this country out in front. If we don't happen to see anything there, what we'll do is backtrack. We'll come across the back end of this big pan, jump on the power line road and come out and climb up on top of Lookout. And from Lookout we can see all of the open country that we hunt out of summer camp. We can see our far south boundary and the far east boundary.
Excellent. I'm gonna get my gear, get my gun ready. I'll be ready to go.
Okay.
All right. Sarge, what are we doing, bud?
Tail end of this front coming through. The wind's still bad. Hopefully it won't rain. We're going to head down into some of this canyon country. Maybe they'll be in there out of the wind. They weren't out in the open where we were this morning.
Right.
One of the other guys got lucky and took a 4x3. There's a big 6x6 that I've been seeing down here on this flat. And maybe he's up in this canyon bedded down and we'll get a chance to roust him out and get a little bit of footage of him before we have to pack him out to the truck.
Let's do it.
Heath and his USO guide Sarge are headed deep into thick cover.
We just had a bull bugle up here, a couple hundred yards away. We're moving in on him right now.
I like to hunt in the timber. Other fellas like to do spot and stalk out in the open. I like to hunt in the timber, kind of like hunting whitetails with a touch of turkey thrown in. I like to get wind in my favor, the terrain in my favor, and get a bull to answer. Get my hunter in position and call that bull in. He'll come in the timber and pass by my hunter at 10 yards or less. That's part of the reason why I have problems with some of my hunters being overwhelmed, because they have never seen anything that loud, that big, that close. But that's fun. That's the whole essence of hunting bugling elk in the fall during archery season, is getting them to come in that close by calling them in that dark timber where you can get up fairly close to them without them being aware that you're there. You can get into a herd of elk in that timber. When they get into the oaks where it blends in with the softwoods, it's even better. You can take a hunter and with the wind in your face and go right past elk all the way down into where that big herd bull is protecting his hot cow.
Well, it's the first day. It turned up to be a flop. Wind swirling really bad. We had a couple rain clouds come in on us. We got wet a little bit. We had one bugle this morning, and Sarge, which is Brian, our guide, thinks that he might have had a couple cows with him, and he worked off, so that didn't work out. But we kept at it. The wind kept swirling. We're calling it quits. We got another storm cloud moving in. Right. It's starting to look nasty. We can't see the top of the mountain. and we're going to go back to camp, go back to summer camp and kick back, have some lunch, maybe take a nap. And this afternoon we're going to get back at it, and hopefully we're going to get on a big bull this afternoon. So hang with us. Brian, you ready, bud?
Ready to go.
All right, man. What's going to happen this morning?
We're going to head down toward Redondo Lake, and depending on how the wind's swirling down there, because in this canyon that we're in here now, it's kind of tough to get a good read on the wind. We'll either go up the ridge along the top side or down the ridge along the bottom side.
All right,
they'll be out coming in to that area or leaving that area depending upon what happened with them last night. And if we get in front of them, we'll have some serious action.
Once we got to the rise, trying to close the distance, Brian went over to get a better look. When he got a better look, he saw a bunch of elk on the other side. We got in, we made a plan, we were going to cut these animals off. But in the process, a monster bull cut loose with a huge scream, a heavy growl at the end. And I tell you what, you talk about getting pumped. I was excited. At this point, my heart is racing. Every step, we're getting closer and closer and closer. I tell you what, this bull kept screaming, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to hold my composure, because I tell you what, this growling, this bull, he sounded like a monster. How far? 130 yards. There it is. There it is right there. I don't have a shot. One more. There he goes, right there. That's a big bull. I got a shot. Brian, I got a shot. Oh my gosh, you talk about excitement. This is excitement. Adrenaline at its best, up close with a muzzle loader. I just made a great shot on what, at the time, I think it's going to be probably one of my best bulls ever. We regrouped, I reloaded my gun, and we're going to go down and see if this bull is down. I'm going to slide around this right. Right there he is, guys. Look at that monster right there. Look at that beast. Oh my gosh. I am without words. Look at that giant. Put the old muzzleloader down. Look at that right there. Oh my gosh.
Man, good job.
Woo! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A 6x6. Holy smokes, guys. Guys, get in here, man. Out here on the Floyd Lee Ranch with United States Outfitters. Brian, thank you so much. Cash, we did it again, bud. What a monster. Look at the mass on him. Super. Wow, right on the shoulder.
137 yards.
137 yards. I had one lane all the way to his shoulder, and I pinched off at that Thompson Center. Christine, my rifle, and she did a number on him.
Sure did.
Wow.
Gorgeous.
Folks,
Awesome.
that is a dandy elk right there.
That's a heavy bull.
Wow.